Jeremy Johnson had a piece over at DawgsHQ.com about some of the recruits reacting to Georgia's win. And this is always an interesting thought experiment for me because we're on our board all day throughout the game. And, you see the fans' perspective. We know how we feel about it, maybe looking at it a little bit more rationally, but still feeling the tense emotions of this game. For these recruits and commits, this is a business decision. So they're not necessarily living and dying with every play, but they're still seeing, all right, this is what Georgia's made of right now. How can I make it better? So I'm just going to cherry pick a couple things. This is a premium story over at DawgsHQ.com, and you can check out DawgsHQ premium pieces for 1 month for $1 right now, or 50% off. We still have the big game special going on, to my knowledge. But there's some interesting things. The thing I liked the most was from 5-star linebacker Justin Williams. He says it was straight grit on all sides. They only scored from our mistakes. And I think Georgia fans have got to love that he's already referring to Georgia as our. Not a lot of doubt in Justin Williams' mind about where he stands with the Dogs. Michael Uni says we got out of the slow start. Other than that, great game. So just a couple things there. I didn't know if anything jumped out to y'all or any other recruiting angles coming out of this game or big storylines you kind of have your eyes on this week.
Well, for me, I'll give you a quick one. Is KJ Bolden was at Auburn. So Georgia's still recruiting KJ Bolden, even though he's committed to Florida State. And he was at Georgia last weekend or 2 weekends ago, South Carolina. He was at Auburn yesterday for an official visit, left today. And he told our Jeremy Johnson Friday night that he's going to be back at Georgia maybe 1, 2, 3, who knows how many times. So, you don't really get the recruit reaction from him on his Georgia perspective. But Georgia is a school that is still recruiting him hard, and he got to see them play hard and come back and win. So, the recruit reaction sometimes you don't get because he's in the stands as a recruit of another school, but Georgia had another opportunity to audition kind of in front of he and his family. So those types of things don't hurt.
No.
I would agree. He was the guy who came to mind for me first. Interestingly enough, we were talking about replacing Roquan Smith, and the guy who came to mind for me was Justin Williams.
Absolutely.
Go turn the tape on for that kid, man. He can absolutely run in a way that not a lot of guys can. But I wanted to double check. Yeah, so you mentioned KJ Bolden was there. Another guy who tweeted that he was there was LJ McCray. Who Georgia is still in on, and Georgia's recent wide receiver decommitment, Nye Carr, also took that game in. So from a recruiting angle, a lot of these guys are taking this stuff in at home, but there are guys that Georgia's still involved with, like Bolden, like McCray, like Carr to some degree, where those guys are getting a chance to see the stuff firsthand and up close and in person. And I think that that's a really it's a huge testament. You're getting the atmosphere, right, of the other school that Georgia's recruiting against, but simultaneously you're getting on-field results. You're getting to see where you could fit into this, and I think that that is a huge, huge benefit for Georgia moving forward. So, is it ideal, that Nycard decommitted? No. Is it ideal that he was in the stands to see Georgia overcome Auburn? Yeah, probably. That was a good setup for Georgia coming off of that. Same thing with LJ McCray, a guy that they love and they want to add to this class. You do not knock your status at all by having him sitting in sideline for Auburn and watching that one.
I know this is the Georgia show, but you don't think Hugh Freeze is going to use a loss as motivation for Auburn right now for his recruiting tactics? That was kind of a win-lose, I guess, for Hugh Freeze, seeing the Tigers go toe-to-toe with Georgia. Dylan Raiola had a great week, as always. Jeremy Johnson's got that market cornered for sure. And Ryan Puglisi, man.
Puglisi looking good, too.
Dude.
That video I tweeted, I don't know if you guys saw that, put it up on DawgsHQ. And you want to talk about some agility and kind of throwing off platform, those types of things. People don't talk enough about Ryan Puglisi. they soon will.
I said on the board, you're going to have a hard time convincing me that whoever is top of the heap out of those two guys won't be a dude in the end. I mean, that's going to be a battle for the ages between Puglisi and Raiola. I don't know who wins. I can't say at this point, but whoever comes out on top of that is a gamer.
Yep.
And honestly, it won't shock me if both of them are. And maybe they don't both.
That can happen too. Yeah,
maybe they both don't end their career in Athens. But you've got two elite quarterbacks coming into this class. For all the hand wringing about Carson Beck that people have done throughout the season, know that the future is strong at that position. You've got two fantastic guys in the pipe with Vandegrift and Stockton as well. But the class of 2024, when it comes to quarterback, is as strong nationally as you could hope for it to be for Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, Puglisi's just, if there's any low-flying aircraft above his high school stadium, it's in danger because it is going high and it is going about 70 yards. It's just incredible to watch both these guys throw the ball. So a lot to like about where Georgia's at on the recruiting front. Some ups and downs. You got to kind of weather that storm with NIL. That's the way it goes. But I think Georgia's still going to come out on top there.